Good morning, dear cadets. So, as you know, yesterday I taught you graph. How many types of graph are there? Now, how to plot a graph, isn't it? So many things we have discussed. Today, I am going to discuss one of the important aspect of graph. That how to plot a graph, and while plotting a graph, what are the things which are needed to be taken care of. So, while choosing the scale, some of the points that must be taken into consideration. Number one, the difference between the minimum and maximum value of each quantity. The first precautions you must take while selecting the maximum and minimum value of each quantity. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Means the difference should be common. The intermediate value of each quantity, so that it is convenient to mark the value on the graph with the scale chosen. Okay, just try to understand. Suppose you have selected time. Okay, so the gap between two consecutive time should be constant for all intermediate, means for all the times. Means I am explaining, don't worry. Suppose you have selected time. Okay, so first point was 5 minutes. So second point, suppose 10 minutes. So between 5 minutes and 10 minutes, how much gap is there? 5 minute gap is there. So this gap should be maintained till the last quantity of graph. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Yes. Next one is to use the maximum portion of the graph on which the graph is to be drawn. Means what should be there? The utilization of portion should be the maximum. Okay, in addition to this one, clarity should be there. If clarity is not there, then analyzing the data, it would be the difficult. So these are the things which are needed to be taken care of while plotting a graph. Now here the first point is the difference between the minimum and maximum value of each quantity. Difference between, just see, will plot a graph, then you will understand all the means the meaning of these points. So now
the distance covered by a stationary object remains the same with increase in time. Thus, we get a straight line parallel to x-axis or time axis in the distance time graph.
So dear cadets, just see here, the distance time graph for an object at rest is a straight line parallel to the time axis x. Just see. Now this side what is there? This is OY axis, this is OX axis. In OX axis we have taken time and in second. Now this side what we have taken? Distance in meter, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just try to understand the distance time graph for an object at rest is a straight line. Try to understand, suppose one object is there which is stationary. So that object which is stationary, it should be means their graph should be straight line. The distance time graph for an object at rest is a straight line parallel to the time axis. Next one is, in the graph shown, time increases toward the right, but distance does not change. Just try to understand. See, this line, time is increasing, but the position of the object, distance is not increasing, because the mean distance, it should be like that. So distance is not increasing. Distance is almost same only. 2, this is 1, this is 3, this is 4. Only what is increasing? What is increasing? Time is increasing. Okay. So this is the meaning of distance time graph for a stationary object. Okay. Let us see the another graph. Distance.
An object in uniform motion covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Thus, we get a straight line inclined to the time axis in the distance time graph.
Just see, this is the graph, distance time graph only, but for an object which is having uniform motion. The distance time graph for an object in uniform motion is a straight line inclined to the x-axis. Just see here. This is distance in meter. This is the time in second. Okay. Now try to understand. The object is moving with the constant speed, uniform motion. So it is traveling 1 meter when time was 1 minute. It is traveling 2 meter when time was 2 minutes. It is traveling 3 meter when time was 3. It is traveling 4 meter when time was 4 minutes or 4 seconds. Okay. It depends upon the scale which you have chosen. This time is second, so the 4 seconds. So this is kind of uniform motion.
For an object in non-uniform motion, we obtain a curved line in the distance time graph as it covers equal distances in unequal intervals of time.
Okay, so just see, this is also distance time graph only, but for an object which is in non-uniform motion. Okay, with the uniform motion it is not traveling. So just see, this side time is there, sorry, distance is there, this side time is there. Now just see, here what is there? It is when at 1 second it was here. Okay, so in second what should be there? Should have been here, but it is here. Now in third second it is not here, it is here. So such kind of motion is known as non-uniform motion. The meaning of non-uniform motion is time interval is not constant between two distance. Okay, so that is why they are showing the non-uniform motion. So in this way, almost the types of graph and how to plot graph, what precautions which we must take while plotting a graph, I have completed. Now let us recapitulate this chapter. So how many things we have discussed today?
Let's take a brief recap of this chapter, motion and time.
Okay, so we started with the clocks and watches for the accurate estimation or measurement of time. Okay, then just see, these are the vehicles which are covering the distance. A faster vehicle will take less time in traveling same distance as compared to slower vehicle. Okay, just see here. Then different types of graph, bar graph, pie chart, line graph. Okay, so in this way the recapitulation is also over. So dear cadets, in this way your chapter is completed. Now this is the time to move towards the NCERT exercise. Okay, of chapter number 13. Now remember 2-3 things. Just means after some time or during the course of your periodic test, I am planning to post some revision videos. So whatever videos related with the chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, some selected videos before your science exam I will upload on the school website. Okay, so that those portion you can see properly. So just see, those videos will be very important. Please keep watching those videos. Meantime, what would be there? I will not give you the fresh videos. Today will be the last video, and afterwards revision videos I will give you. So whatever portion I am telling you, means whatever exercise of this chapter is possible, today only will complete. Remaining exercise I will complete after your exam. Okay, so just note down the first exercise, and the portion already I have given you. Again I am telling you, chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4 till chapter heat, that is the portion for the periodic test. pattern also I will tell you in your respective WhatsApp group. Okay, so just see, classify the following as motion along a straight line, circular or oscillatory motion. Motion of your hands while running, motion of a horse pulling a cart on a straight road, motion of a child in a merry-go-round, motion of a child on a seesaw, motion of a hammer of an electric bell, motion of a train on a straight bridge. So you have to classify these motion on the basis of a straight line, circular or oscillatory motion. Just see. Motion of a horse pulling a cart on a straight road, that is the straight line motion. Motion of a train on a straight bridge, straight line only. Circular motion, motion of a child in a merry-go-round. Oscillatory motion, motion of your hands while running, motion of a child on a seesaw, motion of a hammer of an electric bell. These are the oscillatory motions. Okay, so the question number 1 is over. Now question number 2, which of the following are not correct? The basic unit of time is second, that is correct only. Yes. Every object move with a constant speed. Okay, no, every object will not move with the constant speed, so this is not correct. Distance between two cities are measured in kilometer. Okay, the distance correct hai, this is correct. The time period of a given pendulum is not constant. The time period of given pendulum is not constant. No, the given period for the time period for a given pendulum is always constant. Okay, this is also not correct. The speed of a train is expressed in meter per hour. No, it is expressed in kilometer per hour. So this statement is also wrong. Okay, next one, question number 3rd. A simple pendulum takes 32 seconds to complete 20 oscillation. What is the time period of the pendulum? What is the time period of pendulum? The time period of a simple pendulum is the time taken to complete its one oscillation. The time period is given by the following expression. The time period equal to time taken divided by number of oscillation. Already you have noted down this formula. So 1.6 second will come. Okay, so till question number 3rd I have completed. Now remaining exercise I will complete later on. Okay, so now be ready for the revision videos also. Please try hard to complete the syllabus on time. Syllabus in the sense your periodic test syllabus. Revise it thoroughly, because once revision is there, then only you can complete. You can write the answer, and the standard of question paper is a bit difficult. Okay, so hard work is required. If you will not put hard work, you will be unable to complete the portion. Okay, so thank you.